How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. Fucking outdoor reviews. I know it's winter, there's snow everywhere, but I gotta get outdoors. There's cows involved. I'm gonna do a little bit of farm beer. Makes kind of sense to me. They're fucking pumped. And we're gonna be doing a little bit of Bloody from Plan B Farm Brewery. This comes courtesy of my buddy Keith. He was up there not too long ago and picked it up because he was intrigued about it. He wanted one just know what it tasted like himself, but he was also curious what I thought about it because it's a Bloody Mary inspired wild ale. As far as what else it says on here, brewed and bottled by Plan B Farm Brewery, Poughkeepsie, New York. It says a brunch style sour ale brewed with homegrown heirloom tomatoes, Tabasco peppers, celery, horseradish, lemon basil, lime basil, beets, and a touch of a mangaset sea salt aged in pickle barrels. Now, by pickle barrels, they mean Plan B up there. Ebony actually does a pickle beer. This kind of sat in the barrels that held the pickle beer, so hence the pickle barrel. So I really dig the label. You know, cool, golden in color, and yeah, it's that soft kind of wax. Doesn't really protect the beer all that much, but it looks pretty damn pretty. So yeah, let's give this sucker a whirl, see what he's got. Don't really need to cut any wax to kind of get into that. We'll see what's what. Yeah, this is, we're looking at, I thought it would be red, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought it would be red for some weird reason. We are, what are we? The 9th of March right now, so it's not necessarily warm weather out, but we're getting hit with like a 55-degree day on a Saturday, so I figured I'd go outside, do some reviews. What do we have there? It just looks like a soft kind of wild ale. Soft Saison, just kind of hazy. Not much of a head to her, so that could be your adjuncts or your barrel involved right there. But she's got a soft taste to her, nothing too crazy. Just kind of looks like farmhouse, looks like Saison. Let's see if we can get a nose. Again, I'm getting a soft pickle vibe from it, but that's more of a kind of sour ale component that sometimes goes hand in hand with Saison, as opposed to it actually having pickle in it. So, yeah, it's got pickle vibes, pickle kind of acidic, kind of vinegary kind of vibes to it. Very subtle, though. You do get a soft kind of soft... It's like a soft graininess combined with like almost a bright, skinny kind of vegetal thing going on. Is that the tomatoes at play? I have no idea. But it does have this soft kind of vegetal thing going on, which is kind of fun. But all in all, it doesn't smell anything like a Bloody Mary. You're not getting really any horseradish or any of those bits and pieces that really make a Bloody Mary scream. What you're getting is a nice, soft, slightly tart, acidic kind of farmhousey ale. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay. It definitely has the acidic pop of a pickle, but it's not a pickle kind of acidity to it. It's really just a tart, almost like, what would I relate it to? It's almost like kombucha-like tartness to me, but cranked to the nth degree. There's a little bit of heat to it. And by heat, I don't mean actual like hotness, like alcohol. I don't know if they actually put the ABV on here. This has to be low in ABV. It's more of a hot kind of like spiciness to it. It's not like a peppery kind of horseradish spiciness, but there's a little bit of kind of that, okay, there's peppers involved here. There's a spiciness involved, but it never gets hot in any form or fashion. It's that kind of thing going on, like a roasted pepper almost. Yeah, it's really aggressive. That tart bite is really aggressive, but it kind of washes away after you drink the beer in a really fun fashion. The only problem I have with it is that tart, acidic portion of the show is so much bigger than the biggest beer. I think any of those ingredients you have in there, whether it be those heirloom tomatoes or those soft peppers, the celery, those things, the basil. Actually, the basil is coming through quite nice. I didn't even think about that. Beets. Beets is actually usually a really harsh thing, and I'm not really getting it in here. But a lot of those more subtle flavors, like those heirloom tomatoes, are going to be lost. They're going to be gone because of how tart that pickle kind of comes off. There's a soft oakiness. There's a soft vanilla to it. So you definitely know it was in a barrel. Yeah, I like it. I think it's fun, but more in a kind of unique experience kind of way, not necessarily as a Generally fantastic kind of beer. Each sip, though, I get a little bit more kind of pepper heat from this. So each sip, it climbs just a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. So that kind of intrigues me a little bit. I'm a sucker for peppers in beers. I'm assuming you're getting that pepper from the actual peppers in here. But just the idea of getting a little bit of horseradish vibes in a beer is cool. Is it a Bloody Mary? No, it's a beer, obviously. But as someone who is a card-carrying member of Bloody Marys Are Fucking Awesome Club, part of one of the great reasons of Bloody Mary is, one, you don't taste any alcohol whatsoever. They're eye openers. That's what they're for. But there's also this kind of this rich mouthfeel to them that tend to turn me on. On top of horseradish, which I'm a junkie for too. I'm not really getting that mouthfeel here, so that's where the disconnect comes from me. But I can definitely taste the bits and pieces of there being like a horseradish vibe. Do I think Plan B and Evan were shooting for beer that tasted exactly like a Bloody Mary? No. He's trying to make a beer with Bloody Mary ingredients that might give you a little bit of the illusion of a Bloody Mary, but he's not trying to reproduce those flavors to a T in the beer. But us as beer drinkers sometimes think that way, so hence the whole kind of, is it a Bloody Mary talk? But is it a good beer? That's kind of where we stand. I don't think it's a great beer, but I also don't think it's something that's really, it doesn't turn me off. It doesn't go out of its way to turn me on. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I dig it. I think it's fun. It was fun in a very interesting kind of, okay, these are unique flavors kind of way. But all in all, one bottle of this is more than enough for me. If I had this on draft in a flight at Plan B, I'd be cool. I wouldn't get a full glass after the flight, let's put it that way. But I would have been glad I got that taste in the flight. So yeah, let's talk about it. It's one of the better sour ales. Go that generic on it. Sour ales that I've had as of late, no. Just sitting outside looking in. Fun, unique, interesting, but at the same time, viscerally, it just doesn't blow me away. Value and availability, I think you can actually get some of their stuff on shelves, but this one was picked up at the brewery and leave you with, if you like, what will you like this beer? If you like the Plan B stuff, if you like funky beers, wild beers, and you like unique ingredients of beers. It's almost like, this is like almost like an Augie Carton beer, but since he doesn't really do the sour stuff, at least yet, it's kind of like the shit that he does, which is the kind of not duplicating flavor, but giving the illusion of flavor. So knowing him and Evan have been putzing around with a couple different beers, I could definitely see this being concocted in conversations when they're chugging a couple too many beers. Or I shouldn't say a couple too many beers, just the right amount of beers during a formulation session or whatever the hell you want to call it. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little bloody beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.